Yeah, we gotta come in hot on this one. It's lagging behind here. But it's okay. We're here now, chat. We're alive and well. Alright. At almost 10 seconds to spare, finally made it. Let's get it. Alright, let's see what they got for us.
Here we go. Hi everyone, I'm David Vonderhaar, Studio Design Director at Treyarch. Welcome to the multiplayer reveal of Call of Duty Black Ops.
What up, homie?
War.
Oh gosh. 1 second, sure.
And all our development partners across the world, thank you for joining us. Today, we do a little recon across all Black Ops Cold War multiplayer. The world, the missions, the weapons, the characters, and the systems. And you know, we'll make some fun announcements along the way. From here on out, we talk directly to you, the best fans in gaming.
Well, obviously.
Throughout the show is a big cast of characters from across the studio, along with some of your favorite Call of Duty content creators and streamers. One thing you've come to expect from a Black Ops game is that we are never quite satisfied.
Which camera was he supposed to be looking at? I was confused. Okay.
Things shouldn't change, and for every multiplayer game we make, one thing hasn't: how we start things off. This is the worldwide debut of the Black Ops Cold War multiplayer trailer.
Let's go. I think it's live on his end too. I don't think maybe that all of this is pre-recorded because that was there for an aggressively long time. Captured on PlayStation 5. Okay.
Threat neutralized.
You're here because you're the best special forces NATO has to offer.
You're all that keeps the world from turning to cinders, comrades.
We work off the books.
Operate in the shadows.
To keep the
Hey.
wolves at
Hey.
Today,
Hey.
shape the world.
What the fuck are we doing in Miami?
Let them come.
Nice stylized trailer. It kind of has that same issue the graphics has with Modern Warfare, where like scenes in the nighttime look a little too dark. Could also be my screen. Hold on, chat. Oh no, that'll do it. Ooh. Ooh. Yes. Okay, Swimming's back with vehicles in these maps. Okay. Game looks great. But now, are we saying that vehicles are going to be in standard multiplayer? So the throwing axe is back? That's alright, that's a nice trailer to kick things off. Gets the blood pumping, you know what I mean?
And instant access to the Woods operator pack in Modern Warfare and Warzone.
Alright. Got the blood pumping.
You just saw. This still a Black Ops game. And for over a decade, we built our multiplayer experiences atop a core set of guiding principles. They form our pillars: deniable operations that deploy around the world, signature combat tailored to how you play, connected experiences that deliver free, robust, ongoing content, and integrate deeply into the next evolution
Trap.
of Warzone.
Gotta occasionally take a bite of mine. Fantastic Jersey Mike's sub. It's only the second time in my life I've had Jersey Mike's. And I have to admit, I am impressed. I am impressed.
We're going to show it to you in a way we never could before, with a little help from some friends. First up, the bedrock of Black Ops: deniable operations. These are the places in multiplayer you never saw, and the things you never did. The missions that stay off the books, and the targets and sources who stay off the record. The Cold War we set out to build is realistic. It's plausible. Most importantly, it's inspired by a gritty historical tone that we've woven into every element of our game's world and story and gameplay. Chaotic and always confidential, the deniable ops lie at the heart of multiplayer, raising the bar while creating a clear and unique narrative that influences every bit of our world building. For Black Ops Cold War, that world building drove each multiplayer level in two ways: with the signature level design you've come to expect, and by pushing the visual bar and immersing players into a narrative of unfolding events. The fight to recover a downed satellite in the Central African desert, battles that unfold on the neon-soaked streets of
Okay.
famed South Beach. Deniable Ops are the Black Ops stories inspired by history, but forgotten by the history books. We've selected 5 maps to give you a small taste of the range of deniable ops awaiting in multiplayer. Later today, you'll see them playing. But here's a few of my teammates to share what they love most from how they were made.
My name is Brittany Beidelman. I am a level designer.
What up, Britt?
Associate level designer.
What up, Ken?
Producer.
What up, other Britt? Shouts out to Matt. It's the homie Matt.
American recon satellite has lost power and crashed in the deserts of Angola. With higher DGI forces closing in, now it's a race to secure the crash site. What I love about satellite is the fact that it's just this amazing natural space.
Because larger maps have more components, we can apply more details into maps like Satellite, which make them feel even more natural. The satellite at the center is like a king of the hill. Anyone who wants it has to run toward you because it's raised higher than the rest of the map.
I'm usually playing one of 2 ways: all in, full ham, dying again and again. Or in objective modes, I'll flank and get the jump on people.
Beautiful. That's what I love to hear. That's what I love to hear. Can't sit in the corner. You know what I mean?
I'll be honest, I am trash with the sniper rifle, but a shotgun, that I can do. I have always been a boost.
These ladies, they're saying all the right things.
Mouse style gameplay.
Okay.
The crash satellite is a super fun spot to try and outplay your enemies. Predict which way they'll circle the debris to run up behind them, or just duck inside the satellite and take your shot.
This is going to be one of those classic Black Ops maps the world knows and loves for how quickly engagements fire up. East and West collide on the open seas in a top secret mission.
Inspired by a real-life event, Project Azorian, CIA, JSOC, and Soviet forces converged to recover a sunken prototype nuclear Soviet submarine from the ocean floor. The calm waters of Armada explode into massive naval conflict as players battle for control of large naval vessels.
With no lanes
Oh.
to win, players can engage on ships' decks, in the water, and on vehicles like wake runners and gunboats. Armada
Okay.
is chaos in the best way.
This really cool map.
This is like their kind of take on
There are so many little
Ground War, like larger scale, but with objective-based game modes, which is interesting.
A hidden safe house has been discovered right in the heart of the USSR, in the shadow of Moscow's opulent train station. With Spetsnaz dispatched, the area has gone hot.
So the Moscow map is set in the dead heart of a big city. So you're wandering through these streets with a bunch of cars, and there's
The slide shooting didn't look as cancerous,
sense that you've been dropped
which is nice.
in history.
First thing I do is run right to the center because that's where all lanes cross And eventually, it doesn't take long, people are going to run through the metro station. So you can just sit there and wait, but chances are there's going to be people running right to your line of fire right off the bat.
Beautiful.
It's a classic 3-lane map where teamwork really makes the dream work.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
January 17th, 1984. This location is heavily influenced by Miami's famous, or perhaps infamous, Ocean Drive. This is a night map, but one unlike players have seen before.
You can sneak through dark, shadowy alleys, go out onto the beach, out into the ocean.
I like it.
Dive in the water and
Got some
walk along the
little
coast
melee
and
animations.
by.
Or you can just go right down the street and bask in the neon light.
The first time I played in Miami, I could hear this 80s nightclub music playing through the walls of one of the buildings. The little details make it lifelike, and it becomes this joy to experience.
Basically, my goal is to never be on the main street in the center because that is sniper heaven and that is Brittany hell. So I always go and try to flank and get those snipers.
See, Brittany knows what's up. All right. All right. Both with the Britneys. Okay, they know what this is about.
To the players. You'll see that play out when you sneak in the shadows on the beach or engage enemies in the center strip.
It really makes people feel like they're in Miami in the 80s. It's pretty cool.
I love this. Like, I genuinely enjoy hearing devs getting to talk about their maps like this. This is really, really nice. I'm a sucker for that type of stuff, of like hearing things from the dev perspective. So this is nice to me. I'm highly invested. This is very well done thus far.
Before all hell breaks loose. It's one of our most cinematic maps with a boots on the ground feel that feels pulled from the campaign.
Your team will want to hold down and protect its own outpost to guarantee access to one of these tanks. But infantry combat doesn't take a backseat in Crossroads, as natural terrain and foliage masks movements and provides tactical advantages.
There's a bunch of snowmobiles when you first spawn, and it's a mad dash to grab one. And now, running people over with the snowmobile is my favorite thing to do.
Each environment changes the dynamic of how you play and caters to unique loadouts. Crossroads is a bigger map, and that allows you to play the way you want to play.
The RC car of destiny.
Miami, a frozen over lake, the open ocean. Our visual research department racked up miles visiting them all. Because if you're going to deploy around the globe in this game, that required them to do the same. The mission for our artist is absolute authenticity. Step one in that process is photo scanning thousands of real-world objects, terrains, and materials. Those assets ensure our upgraded, physically based renderer delivers the best-looking Black Ops yet. True 4K, high dynamic range with the true color and tone. Ray
Okay.
tracing on systems that support it. Photometric lighting courtesy of our Luminaire system.
He's like, we're not allowed to talk about Xbox.
It's believable.
Sony has paid so much money, we can't even say that the game comes out on Xbox, even though it does.
On that note, here's Matt with more on the modes and missions ahead.
Yo, what up, Matt? Drop some knowledge.
Let's talk about what you'll play when you get there. In Black Ops Cold War, our
Jesus Christ, Matt. Good look at so much of it again.
the tried and true team deathmatch, domination, and search and destroy to the return of the competitive game mode control. We've taken a fresh
All right.
We're encouraging more meaningful gameplay with larger capture zones and domination. We're updating spawn systems in Hardpoint, and now we show
Beautiful.
you where the next Hardpoint will spawn so you can regroup, rotate, and set up.
Oh, they'll show you where the next artwork is.
We're working hard to make this the most rewarding and competitive multiplayer experience yet. And while your go-to modes are coming back better than ever, let's talk about the innovative new modes you'll be going to next. With that, let me introduce you to my teammate Marquise Gladney, who's here to tell you about the brand new multiplayer experience we call VIP Escort.
Can we have a separate ranked mode so there's no skill-based matchmaking? It's too strong.
Totally true, but completely redacted Black Ops that first
What up, brother?
franchise. The result is Extraction in its purest form, a new 6-on-6 objective-based game mode we call VIP Escort.
Oh, so this is the one that got leaked. Okay. Gotcha.
But VIP Escort turns that on its head with a new mechanic. If you're selected as the VIP, your #1 job, it's to live. In this team-based op, your team will try to escort you off the map or eliminate the other team trying to stop you. As VIP,
That sounds
skip
fun,
game
actually.
class, you're too important after all. Instead, you'll deploy with a kitted out pistol, a smoke grenade, a spy plane for team intel, and a whole lot of hope that your team knows what the hell it's doing. The mission? Stay alive and escape the map. To do so, you'll need to reach one of 2 possible exfil sites, which rotate over the course of the match to keep teams on their toes.
Okay. Okay.
That ends the round. But team up
Oof.
and you can get your squad back on their feet quickly via last stand and revive. Each team's choices and tactics create.
Oh, that's the sound from Warzone.
Counterplay, injecting the best of Black Ops themes directly into this competition. Will your team pull Cold War mind games and misdirection by splitting up the squad to draw fire and create distractions for the VIP? Or is a full-on assault more their style? Will they travel ahead and scout, run protection detail, or take a bullet for you Secret Service style? My personal keys to victory? I stay close and escort the VIP and defend them at all costs. If the VIP doesn't make it out alive, it won't matter if you do. This new deniable operation only scratches the surface of what it means to play Cold War multiplayer.
Okay.
Up next, we want to share another new way to play that goes above and beyond that classic 6v6 experience you've come to expect.
They should have gave Matt multiple cameras, you know, so he could walk around. It could be more natural, more fluid, because he's just kind of standing there. It's like a really tall Bill Burr, you know what I mean?
Combined arms domination, players will deploy into 12 versus 12 battles, each customized and unique to its own environment. But these battles aren't just bigger or more chaotic. We've worked hard to ensure the 2 levels of boots on the ground and all-out vehicular warfare complement and enhance one another on each map. Tanks, snowmobiles, wake runners, gunboats, and more. These vehicles amplify the action, sure, but they also create jaw-dropping moments right in the middle of the fight. The way I personally play Combined Arms depends on my mood. If I'm going for the win, it's rally time, and I'm pushing to capture every objective on the map. Whether that means loading up a gunboat on Armada or popping smokes so my team can cross the frozen lake and crossroads, I'm putting my try-hard pants on and making it happen. And that's the thing, in Combined Arms, almost anything can happen. I'll seek out fun moments that aren't possible in other modes, like ziplining onto the enemy ship and seeing how long I can last before getting taken out. At launch, you can expect even more Combined Arms maps and
Pretty sure Marquise and I are related. I didn't want to say nothing about it.
most fun, frenetic action this format can deliver. Take Armada, our most unique map to date. You saw earlier that the only life preservers on this sea-based map are your tactics, as each capture zone requires a different approach. Will you attack surgically with a 2-seater wake runner, gather your squad and storm the main ship? From ziplines that traverse the map to all new naval tactics, Armada is Combined Arms domination realized, bringing high stakes, high speed combat to the high seas. On Crossroads, trade your wetsuit for a snowsuit, fighting for control of Soviet bunkers across the frozen tundra. With high-powered tanks patrolling the frozen lake and surrounding roads, you'll need to choose how to take on those slow movers.
Oh my god, can you imagine if multiplayer will actually be fun again? Oh my god. Oh my god, and then we'd have to play Warzone to try to squeeze out some fun out of this game. Oh my god. I'm so excited. Oh yeah.
Add up the work on your favorite classic game modes to the arrival of new modes like VIP Escort and Combined Arms Domination. And it all stacks up to our most ambitious multiplayer yet. One you can play any way you want and in new ways you never expected.
Oh, word?
If you're a Call of Duty League fan,
They did give him the multicam, but they only made him like kind of.
this may be a multiplayer game built for everyone, but these will be your deniable operations. And now I'll turn it over to Tony to talk about what we mean when we say signature combat.
Thanks, Matt. Now,
Oh god, why were they right there?
Stretch.
Stretch.
Pipelines to totally new technologies, but some things haven't changed. And after over a decade of making Black Ops games, we're more inspired than ever to keep honing in on that authentic, classic Black Ops feel, all while taking it to new heights.
I don't know why they're playing so coy about what engine they're using.
Combat is more than just pointing and shooting.
Because I know that was a bit of a kerfuffle.
Moves and weaves through your surroundings. It's feeling the power of your weapon, how it reacts in your hands. It's the sound of bullets storming past you, the rattle and bang of firing your weapon. In Cold War, we're back to plausible, authentic, boots on the ground combat. And that has allowed us to not only refine the feel of the game, but build on all the classic foundations of Black Ops. Heads-up gameplay, automated healing, and grounded movement. Keeping your player experience in the front of our minds has also inspired a fresh wave of thinking across our creative class and Scorestreaks system, where we're introducing features that bring unprecedented transparency to your planning and
I want to see how they take on this gunsmith.
Now, innovating systems while still capturing that signature Black Ops super smooth feel is a notoriously tricky thing to get just right, and we put everything we have into it for each game. This is an absolute team effort, so I brought some of my friends from the combat team to help tell you about our initiatives for this game and how they resulted in signature combat that feels just right. Here's Max Porter to start us off.
First off, we didn't put any doors on the maps.
Black Ops and the entire Call of Duty franchise to land on a truly best
Okay.
weapon experience.
Okay.
The gun is
What's up?
always right in front of you and must look great. From a gun
It's very true.
down to its grime, the level of detail in Black Ops Cold War has never been higher. But our weapons also need to move in a realistic manner. You'll feel it in this game, whether you're clocking from long range
Okay.
or firing from the hip. When we think about a gun, we think about the way it looks, the way it's going to move, but a big part of a gun's personality is the sound that it makes. It's like the bark of the dog. We're sort of imagining all these guns as characters. That just adds to that level of realism and that sort of immersive quality that is unique to Call of Duty. It's this multifaceted approach to how weapons look, animate, and sound that together defines the feel of Cold War's signature gunfighting experience. Here's Alvin with a debrief on some of the other combat systems waiting for you in Cold War.
Okay, here we go. We're getting to the nitty gritty, baby.
Two of the most significant and impactful features of multiplayer.
Yes, Alvin.
Scorestreaks.
Yeah.
In Cold War is to empower you without making trade-offs.
Okay.
Better starts with simpler. Create a class will be a slot-based system, no longer governed by allocations or the Pick 10 system. You'll always boast a full class of a primary, secondary, lethal, tactical, field upgrade, and a set of perks. Field upgrades are items placed in the world to give your team an advantage. You can earn them solely based on time, not score. And they are the only type of game content that works on a cooldown that lasts after death. Now, wild cards are back. In this system, in every class, you can pick one of 4 wild cards that let you do things like load your primary weapon with up to 8 attachments,
Oh.
up to 6 perks,
Oh.
the number of lethals and hard cards you have, or carry 3 primary perks from any mix of categories. Of course, a key component of Create a Class is the gunsmith.
Baby, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, boy. Okay. All right. Saying the right things. You're saying the right things.
Can be customized with 54 attachments across 8 different nodes.
Yeah, but how much of it is actually useful?
6 options per attachment.
That's the real question.
You can equip 5 attachments or 8 with the Gunfighter wildcard. For the first time, Gunsmith will show you what equipping an attachment does as a positive or negative percentage. You can now build backwards, specking out the perfect gun for results you want to see in the field. This takes the guesswork out of the system and helps us on our never-ending quest to make the most balanced Call of Duty game you've ever played.
Okay.
There's one more thing.
Interesting.
First up, we've updated Scorestreaks so that earned score is kept through death. This change gives all players a chance to engage with Scorestreaks, one of the most visceral and fun experiences across multiplayer's signature combat. If you do go on a streak and string together multiple kills before your own death, streak score bonuses help you earn into those higher-powered Scorestreak tiers. When Scorestreaks span, each Scorestreak will go on a cooldown after it's used to pace out frequency. So, what Scorestreaks are we talking about? Well, your favorites are back, but we've also got a few surprises. Scorestreaks in Cold War can be used in all the classic ways: to aid in taking an objective, to save your team, to break up the pace of the game with a fun new experience. We've also tailored strategy into the system, as Scorestreaks can often be neutralized with a counter Scorestreak. And now I'll pass it over to Sunny to share more about our operators and how they move in Black Ops Cold War.
Okay. I like it. I like what we're hearing. I just I want to make sure that they've gone through the attachments and all of them actually make sense or are viable. You know, and not just useless like the lightweight suppressor and tactical suppressor.
Animators and concept artists all work side by side, planning for every point of contact with every gun, every.
I missed his name. What up, homie?
Every scenario. Thanks to increased dynamic bone counts, we've been able to enhance the effects of physics and gravity on what you carry, from the weight of your gear, like pouches and grenades, to the way a wallet chain or rope sways as you sprint. Your entire operator will move more naturally than ever. Here's 4 specific ways movement has improved through new cutting-edge techniques in animation and programmatic movement. The first is sprint takeoff. This is the feature that gives your operator a running start. You start with a little sprint, and then it slows down to normal speed. This lets you feel the momentum of like where you're going and where you're going to end up. We wanted to preserve the fluidity and fun of an operator's ability to slide. In Black Ops Cold War, when you slide, you start and end in a crouch position in a believable way. This allows 2-player movement states to function better as one, all while improving gameplay and enhancing pace. Footstep control also plays a big part of the new Ninja system. Go faster and you'll make more noise. Of course, we still have Ninja as a perk, but Ninja is no longer the only way to keep quiet. Whether or not you're crouched, how loud you get is now directly tied to how fast you're moving. Lastly, we've incorporated a classic jump with a much more natural height, which will very briefly slow you down on landing. Our goal in all of these movement mechanics is to ensure operators' actions.
Wonder if you can rock Ninja and Dead Silence, or they'll probably be in the same tier slot, maybe.
And this system has been built to translate your decisions into dynamic movement more seamlessly than ever. The era of the game might be the 80s, but the characters you play will move and shoot like the world's most highly skilled operators.
Signature combat. It isn't just how a gun is shot, it's how that gun feels, how it sounds, how it's designed to create a combat experience. And combat isn't just about conflict, it's also movement. So the fluid ways in which your operators shift around the AO and carry the gear you outfit them in is just as important as the choices you give them. Choices like the overhauled Creative Class system, or all of those attachment possibilities in Gunsmith, or the new ways you can earn and deploy Scorestreaks in the thick of battle. These combat initiatives work together to deliver the most intuitive, boots on the ground experience possible, and they're at the heart of Black Ops Cold War. Now, on that note, I'd like to introduce Miles, who's going to discuss some of the biggest innovations yet.
What up, homie?
Thanks, Tony. All right, everyone, let's talk Warzone. You've seen
what is that camera angle?
Let's confirm it right here, right now. Black Ops Cold War will also usher in the next evolution of Call of Duty Warzone, continuing and expanding the blockbuster Battle Royale free-to-play experience. And it'll be a true evolution, with Warzone not merely picking up where the Modern Warfare climax left off narratively, but also interweaving the themes, locations, weapons, and vehicles of Black Ops Cold War right into the action. Cold War and Warzone will also share post-launch content from a narrative standpoint across both the Battle Pass system and item shop content. This interlinks Call of Duty in ways that evolve the Warzone experience while delivering jaw-dropping moments. So yeah, you can expect some surprises along the way. One surprise we're avoiding is the feeling of starting over. It's important to us that you can still use your characters and weapons and progression-related items, which is why investment and progress in Cold War is reflected in Warzone. While these are two very big games, from the beginning they've been built to work together. Your player experience is everything to us. So we're making sure Black Ops Cold War and Warzone share progression, with much of the previously earned Modern Warfare content, from weapons to cosmetics, still available for use in both Warzone and Modern Warfare.
Okay. So you're saying I can use my grouse still, alright? In Warzone, good.
Chapter of Warzone that'll immerse you into all of the best elements of Black Ops Cold War. That's multiple studios totally committed to continuing this new tradition of insanely fun, absurdly accessible Warzone action. We can't wait for you to see how Verdansk and all of Call of Duty will evolve in the year ahead. But that sense of interconnectedness, it extends beyond just Warzone. That's why I'm excited to confirm that Black Ops Cold War will not only support cross-platform play and progression, but will also deliver cross-generation play to the game. That's because Black Ops Cold War is, at its heart, a connected experience. And playing together on whatever platforms you prefer only betters that experience. Crossplay.
Nah, homie. I stick with my PlayStation 5 community. I don't need to play with the hackers on PC, homie. I'm good. I'm good.
No barriers between them. And with the Battle Pass system delivering a steady stream of post-launch content, Black Ops Cold War will be the very first cross-platform, cross-generation Call of Duty experience, making it the deepest game in franchise history. Vaughn, where do we go next?
Yeah, Miles. On the subject of platforms, we've got a very special guest, Mark from Enox.
Hey, what's up, Van? On behalf of Enox, we are extremely excited and proud to bring Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War to battle as the lead PC developer. PC continues to be a critically important pillar of game development.
Is that the name they just said? They said Mark? I thought they said Jeff.
Major improvements.
I might be insane right now.
Including uncapped frame rates, high refresh rate support, and customized field of view. We're always looking for ways to improve features and customizable settings. One of the biggest improvements this year is that the Black Ops engine now runs on DirectX 12. This has led to a huge improvement in terms of performance and latency reduction. For players who prioritize immersive gameplay, we have a great partnership with NVIDIA to bring ray trace effects, performance accelerating deep learning super sampling or DLSS, and reflex latency optimization technology. We will implement ray trace shadows and ambient occlusion to improve the quality of light shadow and sunlight shadow. This improves surface and contact detail and fixes problems associated with traditional shadow mapping techniques like aliasing, flickering, and disconnected shadows. Also, we will be implementing
My man has such a soft voice.
so players will be able to increase their frame rate while maintaining the
Honestly, I'd listen to him narrate a book or something. If he did ASMR, I would actually watch ASMR. I'm not gonna lie.
latency technology to lower system latency. This combines both GPU and game
It's a
optimization.
light voice, you know what I mean?
Happy to announce
Nice and
references
pleasant.
will be coming to Call of Duty Warzone in the future. We have so much more to talk about, but right now I would like to hand it back to David Van Dorn. Van?
We've declassified a whole lot today. And
Yes, we
one
have.
thing is clear. Black Ops Cold War is here, and it's ushering in a new chapter of deniable operations that are undeniably Call of Duty at its very
Baby,
best.
baby, baby.
Plausible, gritty. You've seen our team-wide commitment to storytelling, infusing the story and spirit of the Cold War narrative into everything we do, even in multiplayer. You've seen our emphasis on authenticity shine through every location, every weapon, every vehicle, every character. Each one telling a story we can't wait for you to uncover and experience. You've seen us challenge ourselves to not only innovate on classic game modes, but introduce a new generation of instant classics. Modes like VIP Escort and Combined Arms Domination. You'll see that duo played today, and it's just the start, as we've got massive drops of free content planned post-launch, including new and limited time modes. No matter what type of multiplayer gamer you are, you'll find something for you. Tying it all together is that signature combat you love. Grounded and always realistic, you'll move fast and fluid. Feel powerful when you need to be, and customized just the way you want to be. The new creative class and Scorestreaks systems give you even more of what you love, infusing more control and cinematic moments with less friction between you and the gameplay than ever before. And this is a true connected experience. Warzone and Cold War. The events in one will impact the events in the other, expanding Call of Duty in new ways you've never seen before.
Okay.
Black Ops Cold War is not only a cross-platform game, but it's also a cross-generation cross-platform game. Now, that should be the end of our show, but this wouldn't be a Black Ops multiplayer reveal without some Black Ops style mind games. We have talked a lot today about what Black Ops is, how it feels, what it does, but for over 10 years, Black Ops is also something else. A game that consistently presses the boundaries about what multiplayer means. our team relentlessly looks for opportunities to offer new types of multiplayer experiences. In Black Ops Cold
What you about to say,
War,
homie?
we're excited to be launching an entire new category of multiplayer gameplay called Fireteam. This new format of multiplayer brings together everything that we loved about making Cold War and everything you'll love about playing Cold War. Across every Fireteam mission and mode, you'll discover some of the most imaginative game loops we have ever designed. The Fireteam format allows us to emphasize teamwork and reward creativity. And it allows you to do things you've never done in Black Ops multiplayer before. You'll fight in squads.
What you talking about, Willis?
You'll deploy into larger maps, play fast, pushing through multiplayer objectives and modes that demand quick thinking. The action won't just affect you, but the environment you battle in. Enter Fireteam Dirty Bomb, one of the most unique game loops we've ever imagined. You and your team must search for uranium. Then, deliver that uranium to Dirty Bombs positioned around the map. Deposit uranium and detonate the bomb. Now, avoid radioactive fallout as you navigate a toxic battlefield. Every decision you make impacts your survival rate and your success rate.
Huh.
We can't wait to tell you even more about Fireteam Dirty Bomb and the other Fireteam modes and maps in the weeks ahead as we get closer to our public beta. I guess there's only one thing left to do. Let's play Black Ops Cold War.
Which, all right, overall, it's very solid. Very solid production. I think they're just about to play the trailer again, aren't they? Or no? Yeah, they're about to play the trailer again, from what it seems. All right, Jen. Well, while that trailer is playing again, I'm gonna mute it, and we'll have the visuals going in the background. That was good. That was a good reveal. Gives us a good bit of information. It seems like they were trying to, as subtly as they can, hint at this game is not Modern Warfare. We want things to move how they believe Call of Duty should be moving, which is fast-paced, gritty, realistic, all that stuff, yada yada yada. I think some of the highlights is the new creator class system. I know, Cold War, I can't wait. But yeah, I think the creator class system is going to be really, really interesting, and the way that they end up handling that. What else is there? Operators. I heard a rumor about custom or created characters, but it doesn't look like they confirmed any of that. Well, they're here today. No mention of zombies just yet, or a zombies game mode. And other people were saying, what if they had like a zombies war zone, which would have been interesting, but you know, it's not the topic of conversation at the moment. But you know, I think that system looks good. My only concern with the gunsmith and the way that they're doing it now is making sure that they don't run into the issue that Modern Warfare has, where you just have so many useless attachments. And I mean, like, look at almost every single gun that people are running in Warzone. Like, the only way to really run most of your guns is monolithic suppressor, commando foregrip, VLK or hollow sight, 60 round mag, and then, I don't know, whatever else, like attack laser or something like that. Or some sort of perk. But yeah, it's just like most guns end up falling under that category, and that's even for most of the multiplayer you end up seeing as well. A lot of uniform designs, and it's nice to hear that they have a focus on making sure the guns are actually viable. You know, he's saying he's trying to make the game designers were saying that they wanted to make this a very balanced gameplay experience. Which is commendable. Even though there's no such thing as a perfectly balanced video game, obviously. It's just nice to see that they're trying to put in that effort to make sure, hopefully, that nothing is just so blatantly overpowered. Like how in Modern Warfare, the MP5 is, or the M4 was for so long. So yeah, it seems like balancing is going to be a very, very strong focus for them, for sure. But, yeah, it looks like they're just going to be playing the same trailer again right now. Oh, what is this? Oh! Hold on, run that back. Run that back, Tommy. You gotta run that back for the one time. Oh, Zamboni confirmed. Zamboni is confirmed. So yeah, nice to know they couldn't leave without just a little bit of a hint towards zombies. So that was nice. All right. Well, that is dope. Let me see here. I think that should be everything from the live reveal.